This is the reason why 99% of men leave relationships. By the way, I'm Cole and I help people through their breakups, so click follow if you want to stick around. It's popular wisdom that the best way to keep a man around is to do things to work on yourself so that you're more attractive to him. Like having nice clothes, doing your makeup well, being really fit, or focusing on him to please him. And while these things definitely help, like you should be fit, you should work on yourself, you should take care of yourself, all of those things will add up to nothing if you forget this. The most important part of a relationship for a man is to feel needed. Men need to feel like they have a purpose, and if they weren't around, everything would fall apart. They need to feel like they have a responsibility for taking care of you. They need to be relied upon and trusted. So, if you want to have a really good, long-lasting relationship with a guy, instead of doing everything you can to please him to get him to stay, offer him the opportunity to please you. Create for him a place where he can rise to and take responsibility for the relationship. And let there be actual consequences if he fails, like he actually has to be really needed. If he's truly needed and he feels it, he won't leave.
So today we're going to be discussing why men pull away even when they are in love. Ladies, let me start by telling you, I know how hard and painful it is for your man to pull away, even if it's just for a day. Because we're talking about a man who you've invested in so much. So yes, it's hard not to feel a void. What I want to point out first is that all men pull away at some point, even if they are in love. And it's not always for bad reasons. In fact, a lot of the times men start acting distant because they need to re-engage in their masculine identity. And just like us as women, they need to get back into their goals and passions. No, this isn't me trying to get you to accept bad behavior. This is me helping you see a male's perspective so that you can know why they pull away. Even when a man is deeply in love with you, he will get to a stage where he will need to do this. Having a man pull away doesn't always mean a bad thing. They need to be able to feel like men. They need to build their value in order to be enough for you, especially if we're talking about very masculine men. I have a very masculine man myself. So this is where your patience comes in. You don't want to act out of emotion or fear and start overthinking. Take some time to acknowledge your thoughts and feelings. Believe me, this is going to save you from stripping value out of your relationship. You want to seek to understand him first. Don't make accusations, punish him, threaten him, because these things will only push him away more. Usually what happens is when everything is going good in the relationship and you are bonding, his oxytocin levels rise up. And while his oxytocin levels are rising, his testosterone levels are dropping. This leads to him feeling stressed and not 100% himself. So he needs to pull away in order to rebuild his testosterone levels. So this is when he pulls away and rebuilds his testosterone levels. Yes, I know that sounds pretty weird, but you need to understand that men are different than women. As women, we love bonding. We love filling up the relationship. And men also love it. But with men, it's a little bit different because they come to a limit. They have a limit. And they can bond with you emotionally, but only for a short period of time. And after that short period of time, they will start feeling stressed. Masculine and feminine energies are very different. This is what keeps us attracted to one another. I think I should also mention that ghosting and slow fading is not the same thing as pulling away, so keep that in mind. I do have a video on that if you are interested. So instead of seeing this in a negative way, look at it as an opportunity to trigger his attraction to you even more and to work on yourself. Give him that space that he needs. Let him do what he needs to do as a man and stay loyal. Being loyal is not a weakness. It's courage. And of course, there are exceptions to this. If you in your gut just feel like this man is using you, in that case, you should not wait for him. You should actually not be even sticking around for him. If a man is truly being serious with you and is truly interested in you, he will come back to you because that man is yours. And the more you show him you understand him as a man, the more he is going to appreciate you and take you serious. I'll share with you guys what I've been doing with my man myself, and he doesn't even know this. I basically give him space so that I won't feel him pull away, because men need space. They really do. So I choose a day, especially if it's a day where I know I'm going to be busy, because that way I'm not going to feel the void as much. And that's a day where I don't have contact with him and just give him space. To keep a relationship healthy, you both have to have time apart. You both have to give each other space for each of you to have your own identity outside of the relationship.
So guys, that's a video for today. So now I want to share my 2 cents, like what I think about today's video. Why do men leave relationship? Because it's frustrating, guys. Like, you keep thinking to yourself, what did I do wrong and all that. So I just want to make clear that we are not here to bash anyone or blame anyone. People make their own choices to leave relationship, but I just want to make you understand some of these factors at play why men decide to leave relationships. Okay, so let's get into it. First of all, let's talk about society expectations and pressure. For a long time, men have been expected to fulfill certain roles in the relationship. Traditionally, they were seen as the providers, the protectors, the ones who were supposed to be strong and stoic, holding together and all that. But times have changed, and so have expectations. Today, there is a growing recognition that these traditional roles can be limiting and even damaging. Many men feel immense pressure to live up to those outdated standards, and when they can't, or when they don't want to, they may feel like they're failing. This pressure can be overwhelming and can lead to some men to believe that walking away from relationship is the best way to escape the stress. Another thing, guys, let's look at the changing dynamics in relationship. Over the past decades, there have been a significant shift in how relationships function. Gender roles are no longer as rigid as they were used to be, and that's a great thing in many ways. However, it can also create confusion and uncertainty. Some men struggle with these new dynamics, whether it's adjusting to a partner who earns more, deal with more household responsibilities, or have different expectations about emotional labor. For men who were raised with traditional views on relationship, these shifts can be challenging to navigate. Some might feel lost or unsure of their place in partnership, leading them to step back altogether. Another major factor is the fear of commitment and vulnerability. Relationships require a level of emotional openness that can be intimidating. For many men, being vulnerable doesn't come easily. Society often teaches men to suppress these emotions, to avoid showing weakness or another thing. But in a relationship, vulnerability is crucial for building trust and intimacy. When faced with the challenge of being emotionally available, some men may find it easier to walk away rather than confront their fears. It's not that they don't want a relationship, but the idea of opening up can also be very hard that they choose to avoid altogether. Let's not forget the impact of past experiences, particularly toxic relationship. If a man has been in a relationship where he felt unappreciated, disrespected, or manipulated, it can leave deep scars. These negative experiences can make someone worry of entering into a new relationship. In some cases, the fear of repeating past mistakes or encountering similar toxic behavior can be enough to make a man decide that it's just not worth the risk. The emotional toll of a bad relationship can be significant, and the idea of going through that again might be too much to bear. Then there is the desire for personal freedom. and self-development in today's world. There's a strong emphasis on self-improvement, and many men are choosing to focus on themselves before committing to any relationship. For some men, this means dedicating time to their careers, hobbies, or personal growth. They might feel that relationship would require too much sacrifice or compromise, and they will not willing to give up their independency just yet. This is not necessarily a negative thing. It's about prioritizing what's important to them at the stage in their lives. Let's also talk about modern dating culture. With the rise of dating apps and social media, the way we meet and connect with people has changed drastically. While these platforms offer convenience and variety, they can also lead to a sense of detachment. The constant availability of options can make it difficult for some men to commit to one person. They might find themselves caught up in a circle of casual dating, always searching for the next best thing rather than investing in a serious relationship. This can create a mindset where relationships feel more like temporary distractions than long-term commitments. So where does this leave us? The reason why some men are walking away from relationships. So the reasons why men choose to leave relationships are complex. Whether it's societal pressure, changing relationship dynamics, fear of vulnerability, past experience, a desire of freedom, the effect of modern dating culture. There's no single answer to this. It's important to remember that every individual's experience is different. Understanding these factors can help us approach the conversation with empathy and respect, whether we are talking about our own relationships or those of others. If you're someone who's struggling with these issues, know that you're not alone and that there is no shame in stepping back if that's what you need to do for your own well-being. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you found this video helpful, give a thumbs up and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Bye bye.